Hello, Cedar Park. First, a look into the necessity of the ACTs and SATs the celebrities are gearing up for Hawaii.
Find out why the crisis in Ukraine is causing a rapid increase in gas prices. LASD is preparing to make budget cuts in response to the massive amount of debt the school board has accumulated.
Plus, the spiciest segment yet, Spicy and Dicey is back.
Stay tuned because the Wolfcast starts now. What's up, Cedar Park, and happy Tuesday. I'm Jack Polishuk, and I'm here this morning with Katie Whitmarsh and Ileana Tangarova filling in for Abby Martinez.
With the school SAT day over and the ACT coming up, questions are rising on the importance of these tests.
Here is Maddie Cooper with more on the worth of the ACT and SAT.
Thanks, Ileana. A wide majority of colleges focus on the ACT and SAT scores of a student to determine admission. While some students are grateful for the depiction these tests give to colleges, others believe they do not fully convey the qualities and skills of the student. Our student body said in a poll that 21% felt prepared for the SATs, while 79% felt unprepared. The SAT testing process is made up of 4 parts with different amounts of time allotted for each. The ACT is also timed but has smaller sections, allowing more time for each question. Both are highly acclaimed and required by most colleges.
So both ACT and SAT are college admissions testing that universities use to do a comparative across student performance because schools and the quality of schools and the curriculum of schools can vary across the nation.
The ACT was created in 1959 by 2 University of Iowa faculty members who wanted a test that more accurately judges a student's ability to perform well in college. Since then, the ACT has continued to grow in popularity, especially within the Midwest. When the student body was asked if they believed the SATs/ACTs accurately depicted their academic level, 89% said no. For reasons including the shortened time frame and inevitable guess and check method of the test, scholars have also agreed some aspects of the SAT show more how well a student can take a test over the knowledge of the student. Here's Lonnie Manzano with her feelings on the SAT.
No, I think the SAT only does so little. Just you have so much information you're putting into your head and you're learning so much and it's not reflected on the SAT. Plus it's timed, so people stressed or they just quickly just put a random answer down because they're under a time limit. But I think if there was no time limit, then people would do a lot better and I don't know, more skills that we focus on now as well.
With the wavering debate of SAT necessity, College Board still indicates, quote, SAT scores serve to strengthen the applications of many students who test better than their high school grade point averages would indicate, end quote.
Thanks, Maddie. This week, our own celebrities dance team is going to Hawaii for a special performance. The celebrities are taking their act to Hawaii for a once every 3-year trip. While there, they will attend workshops, enjoy the culture the islands have to offer, and at the very end, they will tour the USS Missouri, as well as perform a special routine in front of the warship for an audience on the deck. Dance captain Katie Kim had this to say about the event.
So it's just a really super exciting opportunity, and it's not a thing that a lot of people can say they can do. So we're very excited and humbled to do it.
Big congratulations once again to the celebrities, and we wish them a safe trip to the Hawaiian Islands.
Leander ISD is expecting to be about $20 million short of their projected budget for the next year. This is in part due to COVID, which led to absences totaling in a $15 million loss in state funding. The school board discussed these budget shortfalls at their most recent meeting. The district is now looking for ways to close the gap, including enhancing reviews through tax management, not adding new positions that were planned for next school year, and not replacing teachers who leave or retire. Another possibility could be cutting various programs, including extracurriculars.
So these next 2 slots, I just kind of threw something at the wall. I'm not saying that this is what we should do, but many districts charge participation fees, fees to ride the bus, advertising on school buses. There's Some other ways to generate revenue, they're not huge, they're not subject to recapture, but that would really take more studying. I don't have numbers for you on that, but there are ways to look for other revenue.
The school board did not come to a decision on how they will address the budget concerns at this meeting, but plans to discuss further at a later meeting next month.
The conflict in Ukraine and Russia is severely driving up U.S. gas prices. Russia is one of the many countries in which the U.S. relies on for natural resources such as gasoline, natural gas, and crude oil. Due to the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, the supply of gasoline is lower than normal. While the demand for gas is rising, this directly impacts the U.S. population, and most notably, high school students. Here's what the students of CPHS have to say.
I think they should stop.
It is kind of bothersome because it's how long is it going to get, is it going to keep getting higher and stuff?
I'm concerned because I'm spending a lot more money on gas when I need to fill my tank. So I wait till the last minute to fill up my tank, and on accident I could just run out of gas in the middle of the road.
Have you seen gas prices starting to rise?
Yeah, of course.
You have? How is that making you feel?
Scared.
Make sure to pace your spending if you're a student paying for your own gas.
Up next, Madeline Roberts is here with the top 3 things you need to know.
Good morning, Cedar Park. First, oil prices surged on Monday to $130 a barrel on news the U.S. may ban imports from Russia. Prices at the pump have risen above $4 a gallon for the first time since 2008, according to AAA Auto Club. The United States imports about 8% of its oil from Russia. However, after President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine, 80% of Americans say they support a ban. Though it would cause gas prices to continue to reach record levels and further fuel inflation, economists predict. Next, 160 soldiers from Fort Hood and Killeen, Texas, 1 hour north of Austin, deployed to Europe on Monday to help support the NATO response force. This is the first time in the 70-year history of NATO the response force has been activated. The Fort Hood soldiers are part of the Heavy Transportation Company and are deploying to, quote, reassure NATO allies to deter Russian aggression and are prepared to support a range of other operations in the region, end quote, stated a press release from the base. Lastly, singer Dua Lipa has been served with 2 separate lawsuits accusing her of copying other artists for her hit song Levitating. The first lawsuit by 2 songwriters claims Lipa used the signature melody from their 1979 song Wiggle and Giggle All Night. The second suit was brought by reggae band Article Sound System, saying the Billboard Song of the Year 2021 took from their 2017 song Live Your Life. Videos comparing Levitating with the other songs have gone viral on TikTok in recent days. Dua Lipa has yet to comment on the lawsuits. And that's all I have for you today. With CPHS News, I'm Madeline Roberts. Have a tip-top Tuesday, Cedar Park.
Thanks, Madeline. So I personally think the songs sound very similar. They do sound very similar, but there are a lot of songs out there that all
Yeah, there's an eerie similarity there that it's a little weird, but I don't think it was a total ripoff. There are so many songs in the world that there's no way that you can't have an original melody.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think she totally ripped them off. I totally think that she found all these underground artists and she's like, I'm gonna make it big off of these songs. And I think all these pop artists, they all steal from all these small bands and artists, and one day they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get something. They're gonna get punished for it. Yeah, that's
there you go.
Yeah.
Jack for the people.
Jack is for the people.
Up next, a spicy segment, yet spicy and dicey. But first, these announcements.
Hello, and welcome back to the second ever edition of Spicy and Dicey. I am joined today by Mr. Brennan Baker, everybody. We're going to be answering each other's questions, and if we don't want to answer them, we got to take a bite of some wing. From Wingstop, we love Wingstop. We're not sponsored by Wingstop, but if Wingstop, you ever want to try to sponsor us, Wingstop, then Wingstop, you sure can.
Most embarrassing childhood story.
I have to take a wing for that one. There's so much sauce on it. I breathed in the essence. That's actually got some kick to it. But what is your original hair color?
Is that an insult?
Yes.
The This is it.
Can you pass me a fry? No! Which band section is the worst?
The French horns are just knockoff trumpets. They need to stop trying.
You heard it. You heard it here, folks. He does not like the French horn.
Least favorite teacher.
Down the hatch. This next question is gonna blow your socks off. Can you take your socks off?
It just says crushy wushy. So I'm gonna assume that I'm supposed to ask you who your crush is.
Well, back in first grade.
No, not back in first grade.
My name was...
No.
I'm not ready. You're not ready. Girl, I'm McQueen. It's so bad. Okay.
It's bad.
Don't touch. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. Who's the Muffin Man?
Guess.
Who is he? Who is the Muffin Man?
Okay, to be fair, I can't actually answer that. Wing is cold.
That's great.
Where's the weirdest place you've peed?
I went into my backyard to, hang out and look for, bugs and stuff, eat mud, kids do.
Kid stuff.
And I peed into this gutter on the side of the house.
So you could have peed the water that you would eventually drink?
Yeah, that's kind of how pee works. Who is the worst person at our school?
After this, I'd probably have to say you.
Excluding me.
That sounds kind of mean. I'll eat a wing.
I'm shivering.
That does not go away. That's not good.
Are you crying?
Maybe.
Thanks for joining us, Brendan. Thanks for coming out.
I've had a great time.
Back to the desk.
That's all we have for you today. Make sure you are keeping up with all of our content, so head over to our YouTube channel at CPHS News.
You can also follow at CPHS_sports for updates during the games.
Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning.
With CPHS News, I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
I'm Ileana Tangarova.
And I'm Jack Polishuk. Remember to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.